Hi gang, welcome back to the Onlyest Latina Ever, take a dozen. Anyway, I'm sorry, but you know what, I'm in a foul mood today because I did a nice piece last night. It took a little bit long to deliver my message, and the YouTube wouldn't let us download because it was too long or wordy or lengthy or whatever for their fucking site. So anyway, this morning I sausaged myself into this Mrs. Trump dress. You know, I've seen her wear something like this and I thought it would be cute. So I ordered it, and I ordered it the size that I wanted to be, and yet it's probably 2 sizes too small. We got it so far up the back, the zipper, and then we tried to get it the rest of the way, and I'm really sausaged in here, especially on the top part. But I'm not complaining. I'm making the best of it. It's okay. I need to lose weight, and you know, and unfortunately, you know, when you hit my age, weight just kind of comes in weird places like boobs and ass and everything else. So, long story short, I am appalled on what's going on in Oregon, you know, the sanctuary cities. I served on the board with Oregonians for Immigration Reform. I was on the board with Jim Ledwitt when we passed the Real ID the first time around. It would stop giving driver's licenses to illegal immigrants, or illegal aliens as we called them. This is not an immigration issue, it is a homeland invasion issue. And so what is happening is that we are accommodating these people and their children in the public school system with public money to further not helping immigrants, but actually to further their culture. So we're spending a lot of money that goes to IDEA, Individuals with Disabilities Act, to consider and count illegal immigration as a disability of sorts, so that we could take the funding for that and put it into ESL, English language learners, English second language learners, so that they can have the advantage in education over our kids. Because what's going to happen is we're going to get so many more illegal aliens coming in, and somebody's going to need to work those state jobs to be bilingual. So our kids are not getting a second language, but their kids are. Long story short, after we moved legislation, I had a bad accident. I was in the hospital taking care of myself and my daughter, who was paralyzed in the accident. I come back, and we have a new governor take seat, and he reorganized the committee hearings and stacked it against us, so that we would have to redo everything all over again. I stepped down from Oregonians for Immigration Reform after I threw the committee papers up in the air and said a few choice words to those freaking fucktard liberals. I spent a lot of years fighting for this, and like, God willing, the accident was just too much for me. It wasn't like it was a paid job. So when everybody was wishing me this happy anniversary, oh, for your activism and stuff, I didn't get a dime, not even reimbursement for my gas and my mileage, not even my meals. I went to DC to the Hold Your Feet rally, and I spoke with a lot of media outlet people that were very famous, who were being ostracized and excommunicated by the media for taking a stance on this. I saw thousands of people at a rally that completely wasn't on the radar. It wasn't even televised on any of the networks at all. So Trump is not fighting just the media. He is fighting his other fellow Republicans who are really on board with the illegal immigrant front, including Jeb Bush. I even went down to Miami, and the guy promoting Jeb Bush happened to be really good friends with John Dingell, and he was an open border guy, and he spent big money backing Jeb's campaign, and maybe his father's campaign too. And the guy is a real, you know, jerk for doing that. And I said to him, I said, so what is your stance on illegal immigration? And he really didn't have a stance, and neither did Jeb. That he wants to let everybody through again, like they did with Ronnie Reagan, but then no reforms. See, we already fell for that once. where we let everybody in. We do an amnesty. I mean, amnesty at this point in time, with the problem being as huge and vast as it is, would just bankrupt this country. This has given us like 50 million illegal aliens and their families access into our country and to all the services above. No can do. We have to say no. Enough is enough. You know, it is not an illegal immigration issue anymore. It is a homeland invasion. And not only is the Mexicans coming through, but terrorists are coming through the borders as well. So all those security cars that are out in Texas were parked in their parking lot when it came across the country to Florida. And it was very sad because they were pulling me and my van over and letting the illegal aliens go through. And the people that were running that crossing were questionable and looked like they were illegal freaking aliens too as well. So that's telling you how corrupt the Bush administration was, allowing this kind of BS to take place. And how dare Jeb Bush speak out illy against anyone, because I mean, the guy couldn't even carry Florida, a state that he was governor in, with these illegal voters voting in mass amounts, especially in Miami. Come on. Okay, so I guess that they're legal in Miami because of the wet foot, dry foot thing here in Florida. But anyway, you want to talk about corrupt, to make an agenda about Latinos, not American Latinos, like the Puerto Rican, Florida, Hispanic people that go uncovered with their insurance, but the legal immigrants that come here and some of them do harm and hurt people. And to sit there and just have these places set up as sanctuary cities is completely unbelievable. And I think Trump needs to cut all funding for these sanctuary cities, just cut all the federal funding and just put a stop to it. And I guarantee you, once they don't get their money, because we did this with the, we had a thing where we were logging Oregon, and the liberals didn't want us to log anymore. So the federal government had given them money for rural counties. But I found out the money wasn't going to the rural counties and we were never receiving our money. And I forwarded something to the White House and I said, why don't you do a tit for tat and put a stop to the legal immigration. We passed the Real ID and you just cut their timber funding. Well, he did that and the Real ID went through that way, and that was my brainchild of an idea. I'll never get the credit for it, Trump, but that was me that was doing that behind the scenes, okay? And that's how I moved it. But you know, once Obama took office and once Kitzhaber took seat, those two guys worked into cahoots to pass the Obamacare. So I know I'm a freaking bitch, aren't I? You know, good. I'm proud of it. You know, but this bitch isn't going to work for free anymore. So I'm going to let you know that, you know, I'm not donating to the GOP for anybody's campaign anymore. I'm not going to be pounding on the doors to be sweating my ass off in the hot sun like I did about 4 years ago or 3 years ago for Jeff Brandes, although I did get paid for that. I am so sick and tired, you guys, of the status quo, and sick of how they are running things and how they have the same few players out there doing the same old thing and it's business as usual. And how dare they get on Fox News and put down Trump in his first 6 months. He's doing more in those 6 months than anybody has done in the last freaking 4 terms as president. So, you know, this guy inherited a tremendous deficit, and we will be bankrupt if we don't do something about the illegal immigration or aliens invading the homeland. We need to start cutting services ASAP and not employing them, and we need to penalize these big corporations that think they can get away with this. And that's going to be it. Enough of that said for Sunday. I want you guys to have a great day. And I just wanted to put this out there because I think it's a very important message to inform you guys of what we're going against. And you get out there, you do the work that I did. I'm best in front of the camera. Have a great day.